Welcome to Healers in Business, your guide to thriving as a bodyworker turned business owner. Join me, Jane Chevalier, CEO of Circular Path Consulting, a seasoned expert in the business of the healing arts, as I share invaluable insights, practical strategies, and heartfelt support to help you flourish in your business. Hello, friend. Welcome to episode 3 of Healers in Business. What are you fighting for and how do you fight for it? So before we dive into the episode today, I just wanted to mention how grateful I am for the beautiful weather today. The past week, it's been snowy. It's been 30 degrees. I am based out of Denver, Colorado, or a suburb of Denver. And in Colorado, there's always a last dump of snow through May. They always say do not plant anything outside until after Mother's Day. So I think that's even, in May. We are in the beginning of April though, and so I can feel that we're coming out of the cold weather. Today, Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be sunny with a little bit of clouds in the mid 60s. And I just am so excited because I feel like my husband, myself, and my 2.5-year-old Graham have just been cooped up this week. And I don't know about you, but I go stir crazy, and so does my toddler. Times 10. So I'm excited to get out. I think we're going to do a family hike, get lots of fresh air, and just get reconnected. So I also think healers in particular really need that outdoor nature time. So I hope that you are getting out this weekend as well. Have you taken my Business Genius quiz yet? It's free, takes 5 minutes. It's 5 questions. It's on my website. And it helps you find out what your business genius is. So I really want to debunk the myth of the fact that in order to be successful in business, you need to be outgoing, the loudest person in the room, or have grown up with parents who are entrepreneurs themselves, and you just know how to run a business. So that is not true at all. Everyone has a business genius, and I have 4 types. There's the organizer, the strategist, the confiner, and the magnetizer. So check it out, circularpathconsulting.com, and take the business genius quiz to see what your strength is and how to optimize it. All right, so what are you fighting for? When I ask what are you fighting for in your business, I want to know what is your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What are you fighting for? Are you on a personal mission to spread healing through the world? Are you trying to put your kids through school or sports camp? Are you saving up so you can travel the world? Why do you do what you do? I'm here personally, I'll share my why and what I'm fighting for. I'm here because I truly believe in the magic of power of body workers and healers. So when I was a massage therapist, I also practiced cranial sacral therapy. I saw the impact of my work on my clients day in and day out. I had a handful of clients who had chronic illnesses, and they came in and got massaged to help manage their overall well-being. I had clients who came in to kind of just talk about their problems, get it all out there and relax. Clients who are athletes wanted to get the kinks out, and I had clients who maybe they didn't have enough support at home, or they lived by themselves and they came in to feel nurtured and to get that human connection and that touch. And I was able to see the impact not only in how their body responded, but how they communicated to me how I helped them. And also just their behavior. They came in week after week. They came in month after month. They kept coming back. It was part of their overall wellness plan. And so for me, why I'm here now with Circular Path Consulting is I truly believe in the magic of healing touch and healers, whether you're doing hands-on work or whether you're doing hands-off work. It's my personal mission to help you, the healer, be successful in your business and to keep spreading the magic of your healing powers and who you are. It's my mission to really have healers be one of the mainstream services. I do think that body work is mainstream, and you see massage, therapists and services everywhere. But one story that I kind of relate all of this to, and I personally connect to, is the Arthurian legend of Arthur and Merlin. I don't know if you're a dork like me, but I love the show Merlin. It's on Netflix. I think I've rewatched it 3 times. Super fun, super funny, easy to watch. But it's about the dynamic duo, Arthur and Merlin. So Arthur is this knight. He was brought up as a knight by his father. It's intended that he's going to be king, and he knows how to fight people, and he's kind of like the big guy in campus. He's the prince. He's going to be the king. And then there's Merlin, who is his manservant. It's hilarious. Their relationship is so funny. And Merlin has magic, but he cannot share this with anybody except for his personal mentor, Gaius. Gaius is the only one who knows his secret. And they say that Merlin and Arthur are 2 sides of the same coin, because together, whether Arthur knows it or not, they are going to be bringing magic back to the kingdom. So Arthur's role is really important because he is going to be the leader of the new dawn and the new age of bringing magic back to the kingdom. But he can't do this without Merlin, and it's their destiny. So it's this whole thing that they're both destined to do this, and Merlin's aware of it. He's aware of it, but he cannot share this with Arthur. He just kind of has to do all of these magical things in the background. So they'll go on these missions, and, little does Arthur know that Merlin is helping him fight like 90% of the time through magic. But Arthur has no clue, and he thinks, Merlin is just there to help him get dressed and help clean his equipment and be his manservant. But really, Merlin is doing all of these amazing things in the background that Arthur has no clue about. So I won't say the ending of the show. I'll let you check it out. But I just love that storyline because it's all about bringing magic back to the world. And you can't really sometimes it's easy to scare people off, or like muggles off if you're a Harry Potter fan, people who maybe haven't experienced the power of healing touch, or maybe they had one bad experience with it, so they think that all of us are hacks and selling snake oil. But that dynamic of Arthur and Merlin, it's like Merlin is doing all of these things to bring magic back, but he has to do it in a subtle way. He can't just shout it from the rooftops, or else it'll just ruin everything. And so I'm not saying that's what we're doing here, but I just love that story because it's all about, let's make magic exist again. And for me, I believe in the magic of healing touch. And so I'm here because I want us to really instill leadership in healers like yourself and help you really step into that leadership role to bring your healing modality into the mainstream and to really spread that through the world, and to help everybody realize that they could use your work and your healing touch, your healing modalities. So that's kind of my personal mission and my why, and I hope it made sense. We're relating it to the Merlin and Arthur story, but that's where I am at with all of this. And so secondly, how do I fight for this? How are you fighting for your why and your mission? For me, before I became a parent, when I had my massage business, I don't want to say it was easier to fight for it. It was just different. I had a lot more time on my hands outside of, work and being in the massage room. I didn't have a toddler to chase around. But at the same time, I didn't have the partner and support I have now. So life looks a lot differently now than it looked back then. Back then, I had a lot more time and space to strategize, to commit to my networking group, to go every week, and to really hone in on growing my business. And now I still have that ability, but it's a lot smaller, and it's forcing me to really prioritize and refine how I am carving out my priorities for my business. So my son he's 2.5, and he's in preschool a couple days a week. And so I really need to prioritize what's most important to me. And so how I do that personally is I am a talker. I need to talk things out with people to really get clear on how I'm feeling, what I need to get done. And so for me, my husband is my rock. He's amazing. And I will usually sit down with him for 5 minutes, and I just kind of word vomit, get everything out. He's my soundboard. Sometimes he has feedback. Sometimes he just holds space for me. That's how I get clear on like, okay, here's what I got to do. These are the deadlines. This is when it's all due. What's number one? What's number two? What's number three? And that's how I define my priorities. And that's how I fight for what needs to get done. Another way I fight for it is asking for help. So for instance, if my son's home with us on an afternoon and my husband's off work, and I need to get stuff done, my husband will take over and, take my son out so I can have time and space and silence in the house. So I also will lean into other resources. I have friends, colleagues, mentors for advice, feedback, useful information. So I really lean into my network as well. And that's very helpful for me. So my question to you is, how do you fight for your business? What do you do to ensure that you're meeting your deadlines? You are putting your priorities first. You are moving the needle forward, all the while making sure you're carrying out your mission in your business and taking care of yourself. How do you make all of those things happen? And what questions do you have about making this happen? How can I help you make this happen? I think something that's really important is to have our support systems and our colleagues. So leaning into other massage therapists and asking them for help and asking them what they do in their business that helps them fight and keep growing their business. I think it's really helpful to lean into our current network and to have that relatability and that feedback and that support. So that's how I fight for what I'm fighting for, and that's also why I'm fighting for what I'm fighting for. So I wanted to share that with you today. And next week on episode 4, we're going to be doing another fun interview. It's with my good friend, Danielle Vance. I've known her for over a decade. She's a psychotherapist, and we will be discussing boundaries. So catch next week's episode, Boundaries Are Like Shorelines, with Danielle Vance. I think it's a very important topic, especially for body workers and healers alike, with maintaining boundaries with ourselves, our businesses, our clients, everything. So Danielle has a lot of very insightful information around this. So stay tuned for next week. Until then, take care, my friend.